I can represent and solve multi-step linear equations. If you look at the models on the screen, we're going to fill in the blanks to create an equation that could be represented by the tiles above. Let's start on the right this time. Notice the equal sign here. Let me make sure I've got my cursor working. There it is. See the equal sign right there? Well, that's the equal sign there. So let's start on the right because that's going to be the easier thing. -1 plus -1 plus -1 plus -1 plus -1 plus -1. That equals -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be what it's equal to. Now let's look on the left. I want you to notice that there are two groups that look exactly alike. When you have two groups like that, you're going to have a 2 outside of parentheses because you're going to write down what the group is inside the parentheses, and then just multiply it by 2. So we have a 2x plus 1, 2x's plus 1, 2x's plus 1, and this times 2, that 2 on the outside of the parentheses, makes that work. All right, the next one we have is write an equation that could be represented by the scale above. First things first, when that scale is balanced, there is an equal sign in between the two parts. Okay, because that's what equal means, exactly the same or balanced. So let's start on the left. There are two negative x's, so that would be -2x. Then there is a +1. So -2x plus 1 equals or needs to be the same as 1x minus 2. So you know that one side has to equal exactly what the other side equals. Now let's see what we can do by deciding which equation is represented by a model. First things first, you have to pay attention to your key, okay? The blank rectangles are x's, the blank tiny squares are 1's, the shaded rectangle is a -x, and the shaded tiny square is a -1. So before I do anything, I'm going to look at these and I'm going to actually label what I have there. So each of these is an x, and each of these is a -1. And I actually have 4 of them, but I'm not going to try to write that. That's going to be too hard. But I know that I have -4 here. So I'm going to put that together, -4. And I know that this is 3x equals. Now, the shaded rectangles are negative x's. So I've got 2 of them, so it's got to be -2x. And the clear or the non-shaded small squares are 1's. So that would be +2. 1, 2. Okay, so now let's look down at our answers. We have 3x plus 4, but that's not what we have. We have 3x minus 4 here equals -2x plus 2 there. So that's your answer. But really the key here is using the key and making sure it makes sense. Okay? All right, this one says write an equation that's represented by the model. You know to use that equal sign, correct? Now let's carefully count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's, and -1, -2, -3 is on that side. Now let's go to the right. 1, 2, 3, that's 3 x's. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 -1's is -5. So just be really careful and you'll get every single one of these. All right, let's go on to the next video.